আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আসসালামু আলাইকুম সবাইকে আমাদের আজকের লাইভ প্রোগ্রামে স্বাগতম জানাচ্ছি। আশা করি আপনারা সবাই আমাদের সাথে অংশগ্রহণ করবেন। আমাদের সাথে আজকে আছে আমাদের দেশের অত্যন্ত সিনিয়র একজন হিউম্যান রিসোর্সেস প্রফেশনাল, যিনি একটি মাল্টিন্যাশনাল সোর্সিং কোম্পানিতে দীর্ঘদিন কাজ করছেন এবং বাংলাদেশ সহ এশিয়া প্যাসিফিক এবং আফ্রিকার বেশ কিছু দেশের উনি দায়িত্বে আছেন। উনি আমাদেরই অত্যন্ত প্রিয়, আপনারা সবাই ওনাকে চিনেন, কারণ এর আগেও উনি আমাদের সাথে সেশন করেছেন, কারণ উনি আমার অত্যন্ত প্রিয়জন এবং বাংলাদেশের মানব সম্পদ ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে অন্যতম একজন ব্যক্তি, যাকে আসলে আমি অন্তর থেকে ওনাকে সম্মান করি, শ্রদ্ধা করি। উনি আমাদের AKM মাহমুদুল হক, তাজ ভাই নামে আমরা ওনাকে জানি। ওনার দীর্ঘ 20 বছরের উপরে ওনার অভিজ্ঞতা বাংলাদেশ মানব সম্পদ এরিনাতে, বাংলাদেশের এবং বাংলাদেশ সহ অন্যান্য দেশ আমরা ওনার কাছ থেকে শুনবো। এবং ওনাকে আজকে আমাদের সাথে নিয়ে আসার পিছনে অন্যতম প্রধান কারণ হলো ওনার কাছ থেকে শুনতে চাওয়া, জানতে চাওয়া যে আসলে বর্তমানে আমাদের যে গ্লোবাল যে চেঞ্জ যেটা হচ্ছে বিকজ অফ দি প্যান্ডেমিক, সো একজন সিনিয়র হিউম্যান রিসোর্স প্রফেশনাল উনি কিভাবে দেখছেন, কারণ ওনারা দিন শেষে রিক্রুটমেন্ট করেন বাংলাদেশের জন্য এবং বিশ্বের অন্যান্য দেশের জন্য। সো চলুন ওনার কাছ থেকে আমরা সমস্ত গল্পগুলো শুনবো, আগামী দিনের বাংলাদেশের মানব সম্পদ কেমন হতে পারে এবং আমাদের সে অনুযায়ী কিভাবে দক্ষ করে গড়ে তুলতে হবে। So please help me to welcome AKM Mahmudul Haque, Taj Bhai, along with us. Taj Bhai, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum সবাইকে. Very good evening. Thank you Kamrul Bhai for inviting me. This is always amazing when you invite me, and when we talk each other, I feel energy and I personally learn a lot from the sessions. So thank you so much for inviting me here.
Thank you. আপনার সাথে আজকে যখন দুপুরে কথা বলছিলাম, সো কথা প্রসঙ্গে আমাদের বর্তমান বিশ্ব প্রেক্ষাপটে আমরা আলোচনা করছিলাম। আমাদের আলোচনায় আসলো আসলে বর্তমানে আমরা কোন অবস্থানে আছি, আমাদের অর্গানাইজেশন, আমাদের এমপ্লয়িজ, আমাদের ফ্যামিলি, আমাদের ইকোনমি, আমাদের সাপ্লাই, আমাদের এন্টায়ার প্রসেস। যেহেতু আপনি বিশ্বের একটা নামকরা কোম্পানিতে আছেন যেখানে ম্যানুফ্যাকচারিং আপনারা সোর্সিং করেন বেসিক্যালি, অর্থাৎ বাংলাদেশ থেকে যারা বড় বড় গার্মেন্টস সোর্সিং করেন, সেই প্রেক্ষাপট থেকে ইউরোপ সম্পর্কে আপনি জানেন, ইউরোপের এখন ডিমান্ড কেমন হচ্ছে। আপনি যেহেতু এশিয়া রিজনটা ম্যানেজ করেন, আফ্রিকা রিজনটা ম্যানেজ করেন, সো আপনার থেকে জানতে চাই যে আগামী দিনের বিজনেস আউটলুক, তারপরে সেখানে আমরা যদি ফিট হতে চাই আমাদের আগামীর জেনারেশন, যাদেরকে আমরা বলছি নেক্সট জেনারেশন লিডার, তাহলে তারা কিভাবে নিজেদেরকে তৈরি করবে সেই আগামীর, অর্থাৎ জাস্ট পোস্ট করোনা ওয়ার্ল্ড।
বেসিক্যালি এই সময়টা তো সবার জন্যই খুবই একটা টাফ সিচুয়েশন আমরা পার করছি সবাই, এখানে কোনো সন্দেহ নাই। সবাই একটা এনজাইটির মধ্যে আছি, সবাই খুব আনসার্টেনিটির মধ্যে আছি, এটা কোনো সন্দেহ নাই। ব্যবসা বলেন, বিজনেস, জব, এভরিথিং, wherever we are at home or about will be my job. So this is not only in Bangladesh, across the world it's the same concern, same thinking. All the peoples, আপনারা যদি গুগল করেন, it is just in a finger touch distance যে how the unemployment rate বলেন বা everything. It's really a tough situation we are going on, but we will overcome. Definitely we will overcome soon. Whole world will overcome soon. A lot of positive news are coming. Yes, the lives are getting passed away. একজন একটা মৃত্যু আমাদের জন্য কাম্য না, but what we can do, we can try. That's what we are doing. But এর মধ্যে থেকেও আমাদেরকে সামনে এগিয়ে যেতে হবে। আমাদের ভাবতে হবে বিজনেসকে কিভাবে স্টেডি করা যায়, আবার ব্যাক করানো যায়, আবার আগের ফর্মে নিয়ে যাওয়া যায়, ছন্দপতনটা যেটা হচ্ছে বা সামনেও হবে আফটার পোস্ট সিচুয়েশন, ওটাকে কিভাবে ট্যাকেল দেওয়া যাবে। আমি শিওর অল দ্য কর্পোরেট হাউসেস আর thinking. They are not just sitting at home. They are thinking. They are left and right. What will be the best fit? What they will do immediately? They will open the business house, etc. At the same time, all the people, all the employees, আমরা যারা এমপ্লয়িরা, আমরাও কিন্তু বসে নাই। I'm happy to see a lot of participants already joined in Zoom, but I cannot track on Facebook, but I'm sure slowly it will also getting fill up.
Right.
So এটাও আসার কথা যে we are getting ready. আমরা এখানে পিছিয়ে নেই, আমরাও তৈরি হচ্ছি, আমরা নিজেদেরকে তৈরি করছি এই সিচুয়েশনটা ফেস করার জন্য। আমরা প্রচুর ওয়েবিনার লার্নিং পোর্টালস আর অনগোয়িং। সন্ধ্যার পরে ফেসবুক হাতে নিলেই we can see lot of things are coming up. These are all great things are happening, and these must continue, because if we don't prepare ourselves, we cannot face the situation is coming. So
absolutely আমরা এটা নিয়ে কথা বলবো। আমরা এখন আমাদের সবাইকে আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি আমাদের সাথে যারা অংশগ্রহণ করেছে জুম সেশনে, এবং অনেকেই আমাদের সাথে অলরেডি আই থিংক অ্যাবাউট ক্লোজ টু 100 স্টুডেন্ট এখানে আছে। আর এছাড়াও আমাদের ফেসবুকে অনেকেই অংশগ্রহণ করছে। আমরা সবার জ্ঞাতার্থে বলছি যে আজকের সেশনটা কমপ্লিটলি ইন্টারঅ্যাক্টিভ সেশন, এখানে কোনো পাওয়ার পয়েন্ট প্রেজেন্টেশন নাই। সো ফিল ফ্রি টু আস্ক আগামী দিনের বিজনেস ওয়ার্ল্ড কেমন হবে। বিশেষ করে তাজ ভাইয়ের মতো যারা, মাহমুদুল হক তাজ ভাইয়ের মতো যারা বিভিন্ন অর্গানাইজেশনে টপ লেভেলে আছে, যারা বাংলাদেশ সহ এশিয়া প্যাসিফিক এবং আফ্রিকা রিজনটা দেখেন, মাহমুদুল হক তাজ ভাই। সো ওনারা এখন কিভাবে চিন্তা করছেন যে অর্গানাইজেশনস পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ থেকে কিভাবে হিউম্যান রিসোর্সকে ডেভেলপ করবেন এবং ওনারা কিভাবে রিক্রুটমেন্ট প্রসেসটা করেন। সো এই সমস্ত বিষয়গুলো আমরা জানতে চাই। তাজ ভাই, আপনি যেহেতু জানেন আমরা স্টুডেন্ট নিয়ে কাজ করি, আমাদের একটা বিশাল অংশ বাংলাদেশের যাদেরকে আমরা বলি নেক্সট জেন লিডার, আমাদের সাথে আপনি জেনে খুশি হবেন এই মুহূর্তে 6000-এর উপর স্টুডেন্ট অনলাইনে সফট স্কিল শিখছে বিনা পয়সায়। আমাদের স্টুডেন্ট কমিউনিটি অ্যাবাউট 18,000। সো বেসিক্যালি আমরা ওদেরকে একটু এনলাইটেন করতে চাই, ওরা যেন হতাশাগ্রস্ত না হয়, ওরা যেন এখন থেকে নিজেকে প্রিপেয়ার করতে পারে। কারণ আমি মনে করি আসলে কেউ যদি এখন থেকে ফোকাসড হতে প্রিপারেশন শুরু করে, আমি মনে করি আসলে 1 থেকে 2 বছর গুড এনাফ টাইম নিজেকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে বদলে ফেলার জন্য এবং যে কোনো একটা বা দুইটা স্কিল আয়ত্ত করবার জন্য। তো সেই বিষয়ে যদি আপনি কিছু আলোকপাত করেন, আমাদের কম্পিটেন্সিস, আমাদের সফট স্কিল, এই সমস্ত বিষয়গুলো আপনি কিভাবে দেখছেন বর্তমান এবং আগামীর আউটলুকে?
রাইট। সো যখন আপনি আমরা দুপুরে অফলাইনে কথা বলছিলাম আজকের সেশনটা নিয়ে, সো আফটার দ্যাট আই ওয়াজ থিংকিং what I can talk in a shorter time, because these are even one topic is itself a 2-3 days long discussion. So how can I sum up and share some of my experience so that people will will have some takeaways. So I designed in 3 parts. So আমি কিছুটা টাচ বেস করব about soft skill, আমি কিছুটা টাচ বেস করব about potential and mindset. So these 3 things I'm going to talk in a shorter manner. যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে I cannot track, but someone can volunteer and track from your team, so that we can grab those questions and I will try my best to answer. If I cannot answer now, that will be my learnings too. I will get that answer, and through you I will share that answer back again. So that's what
all the questions আমরা সবাইকে বলছি যারা জুমে আছে, প্লিজ কাইন্ডলি টাইপ ইন দ্য জুম সো দ্যাট আমরা আপনাদের কোশ্চেনগুলো দেখব। অবশ্যই কোশ্চেনগুলো চেষ্টা করবেন যে রেলেভেন্ট হওয়ার জন্য যতটুকু সম্ভব স্কিল সেটের আলোকে, এবং আপনাদের কিরকম চিন্তা ভাবনা করছেন। আর যারা আমাদের ফেসবুকে কানেক্টেড হয়েছেন, আমরা সবাইকে বলছি ডেফিনেটলি we are waiting for your comments, so questions and any suggestions. So Taj bhai, without further delay, let's begin. আমরা আমাদের
right. So when we are focusing on students, as you mentioned, 6,000 students already are learning soft skills. That's a big wow from my side, because this is what we are looking for all the time. When I'm having almost 20 years experience. I stepped in 20th years from the human resources experience. So over 20 years, what I learned or what my experience is, we are running short of soft skill. We in my previous all interviews, whoever tracked me, you must hear from me that technical skill or whatever we have our core job, like what should I technical skill I talk about, like if an for an engineer, so engineering is its technical part.
Right.
Accounting is a technical part.
Technical
HR
job.
for like me, human resources expertise is a technical part. So these subject matter expertise we have already. People are studying in 4 years graduations. After that, they are doing masters, some of them straight away coming to the job market.
Right.
So they already have that technical skill if we hire MT, management trainees. If we hire experienced people, of course, they have more experience top of the education. So technical skill, we are on champion. We are doing great over there in every aspects, every industries. So, but what we are challenging in is soft skill. So I always divide soft skills in a 2 ways. I'm sure everybody does. It's not only me. Soft skill, I'm talking about competencies and values. So in two parts. And when I'm talking about the soft skill, these are some sort of behaviors to act. So those are listening me. I will always, when I'm talking about the soft skill, I will utter about the behaviors. So behaviors means some action you need to act, something you need to do. So if I'm talking about the competency, so that competency, we know all what are the competencies, like communications, decision makings, negotiations. These all we know. I'm sure whoever watching us, everybody we know what are these competencies. But the missing part is behavior. So communication, when we talk about communication, it's not only speaking English. অনেকে বলে যে কমিউনিকেশন মানে হচ্ছে কমিউনিকেশনে ভালো না, you need to improve your communication part. Many of us, we refer actually in a common way as a English is not good. I mean, English ভালো কথা বলতে পারি না, right? Basically, communication is not that. Communication, when we talk about competency, we are talking about some sort of action. That means some sort of behaviors we need to demonstrate to prove that I'm a good communicator. So it's not an English, speaking in good English or French or German or Bangla. Any language efficiency you may have, but you also equally need the techniques of the communication. So for example, when you are talking, you need to adjust you towards the audience, right? This is a part of communication technique. So who are your audience? If you do not consider and if you talk, that means you are not a good communicator in that way, because audience will not connect you. So এই যে behavior, এই যে preparation in back end, audience কারা, আমাকে কি preparation নিতে হবে, কি বলছি আমি, কি বলতে যাচ্ছি. So these techniques I'm talking about the communication. So এই জিনিসটা আমরা অনেক সময় মিস করে ফেলি, অনেক সময় অনেকাংশে আমরা মিস করে ফেলি যে when we are talking about competencies, behavior parts are missing. So যখন আমরা communication ই বললাম একটা কথা, so communication, for example, you need to organize the communication part, or you need to adjust your audience, as I mentioned, right? Or ensure the audience are connected, or whoever are your receiver, you are delivering the right thing as per their expectation. So these are techniques that you need to prepare in behind. এবং যখন আমি এটা অ্যাপ্লাই করতে থাকবো, that means আমি communications, some people can say he is a good communicator. Again, decision making এর ক্ষেত্রে যদি বলেন, if you are taking decision, some sort of behavior you need to act. So the students who are listening us today, what I'm going to share you that please pay your attention on the competency behaviors, not only the title of competencies, because communication, wording, decision-making wordings, you all know, I don't have any doubt. I'm sure on the university also, you are studying the communication as a book, where you are learning many things. But what we expect, or corporate world expect, when you go to work, a working environment, you need to know the techniques, decision-making techniques, or negotiation techniques, not the negotiation that you can do. You are doing negotiation. So those techniques, those behaviors, you need to practice again and again, again and again, again and again. Your friends can be a buddy, and then you can one person can act according to those behavior, another person can listen or see and give feedback. So this mock practice also you need to do before you come to the corporate houses. So all the competencies, whatever you set for you, you need to practice those behaviors and then come to the corporate houses for job. So then
একটু আপনাকে জাস্ট আমি ইন্টারাপ্ট করি মাহমুদুল হক ভাই, যে আমরা কমিউনিকেশন বলতে সাধারণত এখন আসলে সবাই বলছে কমিউনিকেশন ইজ ওয়ান অফ দি টপ মোস্ট প্রিরিকুইজিট, টপ মোস্ট রিকোয়ারমেন্ট। এখন অনেকের মনে কোয়েশ্চেন, আসলে কমিউনিকেশন আসলে এর প্যারামিটারটা কি? আপনি যেমন বলছিলেন যে ইটস নট অনলি হাউ উই স্পিক, it's not only how we speak, but how we also deliver, how we connect, how we manage, how we display our behavior. আবার at the same time আমরা কিভাবে ইমেল কমিউনিকেশন করব, আমরা কিভাবে এসএমএস করব, আমরা ইভেন কিভাবে কাকে কখন কিভাবে ফোন করব। সো এই সবগুলো তো কমিউনিকেশনের একটা পার্ট, তাই না? যেটা আনফরচুনেটলি আমাদেরকে আসলে ইউনিভার্সিটিতে শেখানো হয়। তো দিস ইজ দি ওয়ার্ক প্লেস কমিউনিকেশন। আমি শিওর আপনি যেটা কথা বলছেন, হয়তো অনেকেই সেটা বুঝতে পারছে না বা হয়তো জানেন না। আসলে কমিউনিকেশন মানে এখন সবাই সুন্দর করে ইংলিশে কথা বলা বা একটু স্মার্টলি কথা বলা। সো দিস ইজ নট দি কমিউনিকেশন এট অল, রাইট? আই মিন নট দি এন্টায়ার কমিউনিকেশন, ইটস এ পার্ট অফ কমিউনিকেশন। সো আমি জাস্ট ভাগ করে দিলাম যে আসলে ওয়ার্ক প্লেস কমিউনিকেশন আসলে যে বিহেভিয়ারটা আমরা আসলে ডেমনস্ট্রেট করতে চাই বা দেখতে চাই, শুনতে চাই, যেটা আপনারা দেখেন কর্পোরেট থেকে, তো সেই বিষয়গুলো ওরা কিভাবে এখন বাড়াতে পারে, কিভাবে আপনার মনে হয়? সো হোয়াট আর দ্য এরিয়াস অলসো?
রাইট। সো ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমি যেটা বলছি যে বিহেভিয়ার ইজ দ্য কি পার্ট। সো প্রতিটা কম্পিটেন্সির সেট বিহেভিয়ার্স আছে। সো বিহেভিয়ার্স মিনস আমার কলিগরা বা আমার সাথে যারা, তারা এই এক্সাম্পলটা খুব ভালো জানে, বিকজ আই গিভ ভেরি ফ্রিকুয়েন্টলি। সো majority of us are used to with the right hand always, right? When you give me something, I push my right hand front. So why I'm pushing my right hand front? Because this is my habit, right? So I'm not putting my left hand front. But if you give something to my son, he is 6 years old, he will put his left hand front because this is his habit. So it doesn't mean either way, good or bad. It's an habit. So why I'm talking this example, behaviors should be your habit. So when you should practice such a way that you should not remind, or you should not have checklist in front of you that what you need to do now. Until and unless you overcome that, without checklist, your right hand go first without reminding you. If you can do that, that is what your habit, that is what your behavior people will see. So if we are talking about the competencies, each competencies we have this sort of behaviors to demonstrate. And initially you and I need checklist in front of us. What I need to do now, what I need to do now, what I need to do now. Then if we keep practicing it, looking at checklist again and again, again and again, again and again, then one day you don't need this checklist. It will come from automatically within you that what you need to do now. So until and unless you have this expertise, you are not competent, you are not proficient on competencies. You and I cannot say I am proficient on communication, because if you don't see that behavior is coming automatically from my side, the way my right hand is coming front to take something without any reminder. So এই জিনিসটা আমি বারবার বলবো সব যারা স্টুডেন্টরা শুনছেন আমাদেরকে, যে practice, do some practice. These behaviors are already in website. We are just a click ahead. We don't need so many things to do. Just do a Google that communication competency behavior, key behaviors, decision making competency key behaviors. You will see thousands of links are in front of you. Just click one and start practicing, because there is no set standard. So you will see left and right 40 to 50 or 60%, all are similar, right? So grab something at least, so that people will see that some set action you do always when you communicate. When you write email, always your writing pattern is similar. When you talk, always your talking patterns are similar. When you write any give any presentation, your presentation styles, you are following, you are focusing audience, you are doing some homeworks before, who are the audiences, what they expect from me from this presentation. So when you do all these things, then people will see, people will connect you. So these behaviors are important to practice. So আমরা যেটা করি না, আমরা এই বিহেভিয়ারটাকে ফোকাস করি না। আমরা কমিউনিকেশনটা কি, ডেফিনেশনটা পড়ে আসি, আমি জানি কমিউনিকেশন কি, আমরা কিছু ডিসিশন মেকিং এর একটা কিছু ডেফিনেশন পড়ে আসি, হোয়াট ইজ ডিসিশন মেকিং। আমরা দেন উই কাম টু দ্য corporate world to work, and then we say that I am proficient, but actually not, because that behavior not set yet. So সেই সিগনেচারটা সেট হতে হবে, সেই প্যাটার্নটা সেট হতে হবে উইদাউট চেকলিস্ট। সো এটা আমরা শিখেছি আফটার এন্টারিং টু দ্য জব মার্কেট, রাইট? সো যারা এখন স্টুডেন্ট, আপনারা যদি এখন শিখে আসেন, দেন ইউ সি you can do wonderful job, you will be successful over there, definitely. So this is what I always tell about competencies, behavior, not only competencies. Right? So
আমরা কি একটা কোশ্চেন নিব? একটা কোশ্চেন নিতে পারি? একটা যেমন কোশ্চেন এসেছে যে which one skill you look for an employee on top of any other skill?
So আমি যেটা করেছি, I did some research for me, not for this presentation, to be very honest. I did for me from during this 1 month or 45 days in the quarantine situation. I tried to research through the Googling, LinkedIn, many of my professional friends in abroad, from some universities. So I learned there are some competencies, top 10 competencies that I need, or we need all, to survive, not to be successful, just mind it, to survive coming days. So I will tell those in little bit later part. Before I cover, before that, I want to cover the value part as well as a soft skill. So
please.
Definitely, it's a great question. Whoever asked it. So this is how I'm talking about the competency. So I hope the competency part I cleared. It's a behavior. It's not a title, or it's not just a definition. So practice these behaviors on you. Understand those behaviors. What you need to do when you are communicating, when you are decision making, when you are showing your leadership skill, right? When you are managing change, right? Every competency, there are soft skills, and there are behaviors, key behaviors, and get those key behaviors and practice them before you come to the job market. And who are already in a job market, entered like me, you need to do homework, a lot of homework. We all need to do homework. And either way or either way, we must have them. No shortcuts are there. We need to practice those behaviors. We need to adapt those behaviors and apply to be successful in our career aspiration. Then I'm going to the value. It's again a soft skill. So value is something that we carry with us, right? So like ethics or integrity. These are again also soft skill kind of thing. So they also have some
these
sort
are the
of behavior.
fundamentals, right? These are the fundamentals you look forward.
Correct. So ethics or integrity, this is a big thing, that big missing part, because these things, what we say and what we do are not same. So we may say I'm an ethical person. We may say I maintain integrity, but when it comes on me, any tough policy applies on me, or any difficulties, because maintaining ethics or integrity is not easy. It's tough, right? So always follow the ethics is not easy. So there is a behavior you need to follow. So what I do, what I learned from these corporate houses and also from the family backgrounds and everywhere. So do the right thing always. So that's what I interpret as a ethics or integrity in a shorter way. Whatever you do the right thing, even it is hard. So that's what you always need to follow. Now, if you are in a doctor chamber, your serial is 32, and just number 5 is going on, and you are on 32 with number serial. Just don't give some tips to the attendant and bring your serial up. You are not following integrity, right? You are not following ethics. So it is hard. So whenever you can show that ethics, demonstrate that, so that people will see an example. Don't think that others are not following. You better be a movement maker, right? You better be a movement maker. No, don't follow others. People are not following the traffic signals. You follow, you stand. You may be looking, people will see you as an alien, because you are the only person standing and everybody is crossing you and going, violating signal. But someone will follow you, and then queue will start from there, right? So that is what really missing part in the corporate houses. We are ethical, but we actually don't translate in the right way. So that is what, please, a behavior need to set, because this is also comes under your soft skill. So here also you need to follow the behavior.
That means what you are saying is very, very essential, very important. আমি যদি একটু ভেঙে বলি, আসলে আমাদের অনেকের অনেক রকম দক্ষতা আছে, কিন্তু যে জায়গাটা সবচেয়ে বেশি মিসিং দেখা যায়, মিসিং পার্ট, দ্যাট ইজ এ ভ্যালুস পার্ট, তাই না? এথিক্স, ইন্টিগ্রিটি, দি মোরাল ভ্যালুস, যেটা আমরা আসলে ফ্যামিলি থেকে শিখে আসি। আর যেই কারণে যে এখন যেটা দেখা যায় যে লিডারশিপে যে গ্রসলি মিসিং, যে আসলে তার প্রিন্সিপাল নাই, তার ইন্টিগ্রিটি নাই, যে কারণে আসলে লেফট রাইট অনেক কিছু আমাদের দেশে হচ্ছে, যেটা এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করছি। সো লিডারশিপ ইজ নাথিং বাট দি ভ্যালুস, definitely. So these are the fundamentals. So you also judge. How can you judge? If I can ask you, in the interview session, what do you think? How do you see a potential candidate in terms of the values?
Right. So
how can you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I want to tell everybody here. See, these days, lots of preparations are going on for candidates to prepare for the interviews, to win the interviews. Lots of books are there, lots of webinars are happening, lots of face-to-face trainings are happening. You have lots of examples in front of you, your elders are there, your friends are there. So a lot of preparations are happening. Don't think that the other side of the coin also not happening. So the way candidates are preparing themselves, The other side of the coin, the employers are also preparing themselves. So how to see the real face, right? So there are a lot of techniques in coming in that way as well. So it's a both way. So what we try to understand from the behavioral question. So we ask a lot of behavioral questions. We discuss. We don't interview. These days, pattern of interview have changed. We there is no board, like 5-6 people are sitting and asking question one after another, and try to pull your leg. One question finished, before that answer finished, another question is coming to you like an arrow. So those days gone. It's a more on discussions. We talk. So people will talk to you, try to understand, like a story, right? Like a behavioral things. That how, if you are not a genuine, believe me, it will come out.
True. Very true.
If you are not a genuine, if you are making some color, if you are doing some makeup, people will be able to see the real face behind the makeup. So
Correct.
it is there. If you are not genuine, it will come out. How many questions you will prepare, right? How many things that you will by heart and come that, oh, this is blah, 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 and then come for the answer, and then you are talking, you are answering, right? No, same preparations are happening at the same other side as well. How to see the real face? So
আমি একটু জাস্ট অ্যাড করে দিতে চাই আপনার সাথে, তাজ ভাই, যদি আপনি অ্যালাউ করেন, যে এখন তো আপনারা অনেক এক্সপার্ট আসলে ইন্টারভিউ যখন নিচ্ছেন, সাইকোমেট্রিক অ্যাসেসমেন্ট আপনারা করে ফেলেন, তাই না? যে আসলে তার বিহেভিয়ারাল, তার যে কথাগুলো বলছে, রাইট, ইভেন একটা ক্যান্ডিডেট কথা বলার সময়, এক্সাম্পল দেওয়ার সময় সে কোন দিকে তাকাচ্ছে, অর্থাৎ তার চোখের দৃষ্টিভঙ্গি, তার ফেসিয়াল এক্সপ্রেশনও বলে দেয় আসলে সে কি সত্যি বলছে নাকি বানিয়ে বানিয়ে বলছে, রাইট? সো দিস আর দ্য থিংস অলসো, আমি যতটুকু জানি দিস ইজ হ্যাপেনিং, নাম্বার 1। নাম্বার 2, অলসো আপনারা অনলাইনে অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করেন, সাইকোমেট্রিক অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করেন, যেগুলো আসলে ডেমনস্ট্রেট করে, অ্যানালিসিস করে। there are lots of organizations যে আসলে বলে দেয় বা তারা অ্যাসেস করে নেয়, এবং ওই কোশ্চেনের প্যাটার্ন থেকে অ্যানালিসিস চলে আসে আসলে what I'm actually giving false statement, what I'm making into, right? So can you just give something, কারণ এটা আমাদের যেহেতু স্টুডেন্ট ফোরাম, আমি ওদেরকে জাস্ট এগুলো একটু জাস্ট বলতে চাই, একটু জাস্ট ভেঙে, আসলে ওই দিন এখন আর নেই আমি মিথ্যে কথা বলবো, বানিয়ে গল্প বলবো, রাইট, ফেব্রিকেটেড স্টোরিজ বলবো, এই দিন মনে এখন শেষ হয়ে গেছে। এখন রাদার এখন অনেকেই যারা শুনেছি যে ইন্টারন্যাশনালি তারা বিগ পজিশনে রিক্রুট করার সময় তারা ইভেন they go to the dance party, they even go to the bar, they even go for dinner, for even more conversational, যেটা আপনি বলছিলেন, that only reminds me যে আসলে অনেকে বলে আমাদেরকে এখন ভিডিও ইন্টারভিউ দাও, let's go to have lunch and dinner as you go up on the ladder. So আমরা কি এই বিষয় নিয়ে যদি একটু যদি একটু আলোকপাত করি, তাহলে হয়তোবা it could be beneficial for all of them. These are the different things going on.
Absolutely true. So আমি একটু আগে যেটা বলছিলাম যে কয়েনের এপিটে আছে ক্যান্ডিডেটরা, ওপিটে আছেন এমপ্লয়াররা। সো ইন্টারভিউয়াররাও কিন্তু ইকুয়ালি প্রিপেয়ার হচ্ছে। দেয়ার আর লট অফ নিউ ওয়ে অফ টেকনিকস আর কামিং। কিভাবে হবে, আপনি যেটা লেফট এন্ড রাইট আইজ সাইটের কথা বললেন, I learned it from Ranjan in 2008 at NLP, like right. So left and right side, how people think when they talk. So these all are techniques. Every time the behavioral measurements are coming out. So there are color tests. Apnara ekta project ache otar. So disc sort of things. So whoever expert, they know what type of color this personality is, right? What type of behavior this person is showing. So interviewers also getting ready to see the real face over the discussions. আপনি যে বললেন যে ডিনারে নিয়ে যায়, অনেক ইন্টারভিউ হয়, আমি অনেক ইন্টারভিউ কন্ডাক্ট করি in my many countries, even in Bangladesh. The breakfast interview হয়, lunch interview হয়, dinner interview হয়. So we eat and keep talking, right? So these are happening.
Absolutely.
So this is how you prepared you for one atmosphere, but they are putting you in a different atmosphere to change you, to
Right.
break you, right? And then you are talking, you lost. So
Right.
actually, be genuine, be
Be
yourself,
genuine.
be yourself.
কোনো বিকল্প নাই, কোনো বিকল্প নাই।
Right. Be yourself. Ethics and integrity comes there. Be prepared before. Whatever the situation you will face, that will be an fun, I'm telling you, if you prepare. Preparation should not be focusing one job interview. Preparation should be for a behavior. Your behavior should be like that. Doesn't matter
Right.
who are the interviewers. One person, two person, one interview, two interviews. In my experience, I faced 9th interview. On the 10th person got tired and told that he didn't know that it is a 10th interview. So then when I told that, he was asking that how did you enjoy, how you were enjoying our interview session. I told it's great. It's you are the 10th person that I'm meeting now. The person got, what, 10? I'm the 10th person. So forget it. No interviews. So, but I didn't forget that. There's no reason for me to understand that he's not interviewing me. Though he's told me to forget that. Maybe that's also a technique.
Right.
How I react, right? How
Right.
I react. So these, I mean, how many numbers or how many persons are sitting in front of you doesn't matter if you are prepared. So be prepared on the soft skill side, so that whatever the behavioral questions comes, you will be enjoying and you can hold the joystick on the interview
Right.
session.
So coming towards the next question, then আমরা আবার আলোচনায় ফিরে আসবো। So অনেকেই জানতে চেয়েছে যে what type of soft skills are highly important for a job? So এখন তো আসলে সফট স্কিল বলতে আমরা অনেক কিছুই বুঝি, ডেফিনেটলি প্রবলেম সলভিং, ক্রিয়েটিভিটি, বাট আপনার দৃষ্টিকোণ থেকে কোনগুলো আসলে হাইলি ইম্পর্টেন্ট? তারপর সেকেন্ড কোশ্চেন ছিল যে হাউ ক্যান উই ইমপ্রুভ, এটা আমরা পরে নিব, বাট হোয়াট আর দি ব্রড এরিয়াস অফ সফট স্কিল যেটা ইউজুয়ালি আপনারা দেখেন এবং মেজার করেন?
সো আসলে এক একটা কোম্পানির এক এক রকমের সফট স্কিল রিকোয়ারমেন্ট থাকে। সো এবং টু বি ভেরি অনেস্ট, এক একটা পজিশনের এক এক রকমের সফট স্কিল থাকে। সো ইফ ইউ আর এ সেলসম্যান, ফর এক্সাম্পল ইউ আর গোয়িং ফর আ সেলস ইন্টারভিউ, সো দেয়ার আর সাম সফট স্কিল ফর সেলস কম্পিটেন্সিস। আচ্ছা, আপনি যদি ফাইন্যান্স পার্সন হন অর অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট হন, সো ফর দ্য অ্যাকাউন্টিং জব there is some sort of competencies set, they said for that role. If you are an HR person going for an HR job, there is another set of competencies are required. But since here all are mixed, so as I was mentioning, in generally, I identified 10 competencies for me or anybody, even for the beginners, for coming days, should have. So I can share with that.
Please,
and
please,
these are not I invented. These are I researched and get it from the various sources.
From the current perspective, right?
I'm not the inventor. So these are, I'm just sharing that I said for me and for everybody should have. So number one, communication, that I already shared. The first one is the communication.
Communication. Okay.
Communication. Number two, accepting change and adaptability.
Okay.
This is number two. So you need to accept change. Coming days, a lot of changes are coming. After this COVID-19, you will see how many changes are coming. Even I was talking afternoon that whole world will start writing new policy. There will be a clean sheet exercise. They will take a blank paper and start writing new policies. And people, whatever the past, all grandfatherings will forget. So new things will start sooner. So that's why you need to prepare accepting change and being adaptable. So this is number two. Number three, you should be creative. So you should be creative or to do new way of process, add value, think newly. Not to do, I just told that old thing. No, we were doing this last 10 years. So not doing that, be creative and put something new that can add value as on today, right? And that
That is
can
the
face tomorrow's challenge.
creative thinking, like a
Yes,
creative thinking process.
creativity. So you can
Creativity,
say
right?
creativity. You can say creativity, right?
Right.
So next one is coming about what I always believe, high learning agility with growth mindset.
Okay.
Right? So high learning agility with growth mindset. So this is the next fourth number competencies, you can say.
Right.
Number fifth is another important, very timely these days, is emotional intelligence.
Correct.
So this is number 5 that I said for me that I must have, and whatever I don't have, I'm trying to acquiring, learning, and whatever, reading books or etc. So emotional intelligence is a competency that everybody should have. So for example, you can show high emotional intelligence, the demonstration you can show if you have empathy, if you have integrity, and if you have a drive. So if these 3 things, if you have, you can tell that yes, I have that emotional intelligence competency. So this is number 4, 5th, that emotional intelligence. The
Correct.
next one I said for me is critical thinking.
Critical thinking. Okay.
Right. I'm not saying that being critical. I'm referring analytical. Right. So be critical thinker. So you should be able to think critically. Then you can find the facts, and then you can attend that fact to solve the problems or take the right decision. So if you are not a critical thinker, you cannot take that. So then comes after that decision making. You always need to take decision. So we cannot escape out. It doesn't matter which level you are. If you are a management trainee or if you are a vice president, doesn't matter. You are taking decisions. So you need to make the right decisions. Then, of course, leadership skill. So this leadership skill, again, if you are a beginner or even a director or vice president, manager, doesn't matter. You should have a leadership skill. Earlier, old days, there was a proverbs or belief that, oh, I'm a beginner, I don't need this leadership skill. My bosses will show that. But believe me, no, you should be able to show your leadership skill as well. So
that's why এখানে আমি একটু জাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন করি, লিডারশিপ স্কিল, লিডারশিপ ইজ এ ব্রড এরিয়া। তো আমাদের যারা স্টুডেন্ট আছে অনেকেই কোয়েশ্চেন করে আমাকে অনেক সময়, আসলে লিডারশিপের ভিতরে কোন অ্যাসপেক্টটা আসলে উই নিড টু শার্পেন। এখানে আসলে পিপল ম্যানেজমেন্ট একটা পার্ট চলে আসে, এখানে লিডিংটা একটা চলে আসে, সো গাইডিংটা চলে আসে। অনেকে মনে করে যে বসিং একটা লিডারশিপ অ্যাবিলিটি, অনেকে বলে যে মেন্টরিং একটা অ্যাবিলিটি, কোচিং একটা অ্যাবিলিটি। এখন লিডারশিপ স্কিলের ভিতরে আপনি কোন কোন এলিমেন্টকে আপনি সাজেস্ট করেন, সো দ্যাট আমাদের ইয়াং লার্নার্স ক্যান আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড এ বিট, small pockets of the leadership skills that is needed today?
Okay, so you rightly say, so leadership skill is there are layers of leaders, right? So whoever is fixing that skill, they need to fix up to that limit. So for a beginners, you need to lead yourself. You need to lead yourself. You should show courage, right? You should be courageous. You should talk, you should talk courageously. You should have that courage to say the right thing, right? In a meeting, maybe you are the youngest one. In a meeting, you are maybe a youngest one, and you are sitting very corner, just as a beginner, or maybe you just joined a day of 1 or 2, very fresh, right, on the company. In a town hall meeting, you just joined, right? You need to show your leadership that place as well. If you have a question, you should be courageous and raise your hand and ask the question. Whoever is on the presenter, whoever is presenter, doesn't matter. It can be CEO, it can be your line manager, it can be another department head, whoever, if you have any question, you should take the leadership on your own and then raise your hand and ask the question. If you are not agree with your manager, in many times, this will come again and again. So when you are not agreeing, right? For example, you are working in my team, so I'm your line manager and you are my team member. So something I'm telling you which is not right, or you have different perspective, you should take that leadership at that point of time as well, and you should say that, hey Mahmoud, can I say something? I think this part I don't agree. Can we do this way? The reason I'm saying you, because this are missing. So what do you think? So just say, the situation I explained you, on that role, I'm your line manager. And you, as a beginner, you should not worry about. You should show your leadership skill at that time as well. Show the courage, push yourself, and say that you are not agreeing either partly or fully, right? Or if you have a different, perspective. So these are the beginners leadership skill people should show, and then it will keep going when you are, climbing up on your ladder, and your leadership also will keep climbing up, and then you should grab in that situation as well. So initially, to lead, you take your own leadership.
আমরা লিডারশিপ পর্যন্ত এসেছি, আর কোনো কিছু বাদ পড়েছে নাকি আপনার 10টার ভিতরে?
জি, আমরা লিডারশিপ থেকে নেক্সট আমি আরো দুটো অ্যাড করতে চাই হয়তোবা। যেটা আমি মিস করেছি সেটা হচ্ছে IND, inclusion and diversity.
Okay,
right,
inclusion and diversity.
Inclusion and diversity. And lastly, I want to add is technology knowledge. So these I think I told 10. These are the competencies any of us, whoever listening us, hearing us, we must have. It doesn't matter I'm an entrepreneur or it doesn't matter I'm an employee. We must have for us to survive. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for the survival. So these are I identified last 30 days what I should have for the coming days to face.
So আমরা আরো যে একটা কোয়েশ্চেন নেই, যেমন for the marketing sector jobs, what kind of requirements needed a candidate? Kindly, what quality requirements HR demands in a CV at first? Someone asking, Mahidul Islam, what quality or requirements HR demands in a CV at first? So, thank you, Mahidul, for asking this question. Right.
Great question. So CV নিয়ে আসলে অনেক কথা হয়েছে অনেক সময়, আমি যদিও বলিনি, বাট অনেক এক্সপার্ট অলরেডি CV নিয়ে অনেক কথা বলেছে। সো আমি ওইদিকে না যাই, আমি শর্ট থাকার চেষ্টা করি। সেটা হচ্ছে যে কোনো CV is not only the sales, not only the marketing, not only the accounting, HR, finance, banker or engineer or doctor, whoever. So CV is your mirror, right? CV is your mirror. So you should highlight in the CV what the interviewer looking for. So not to mention too many things and make your CV clumsy. Rather than I told you, be yourself and explain what expertise you have that an employer is looking for. So for example, আপনি একটা জব অ্যাপ্লাই করছেন, আপনি অলরেডি জানেন ওখানে কি কম্পিটেন্সি চেয়েছে, কি এক্সপার্টিস চেয়েছে। So if you have any of those, you explain those in the CV. So if you don't have, don't try to cover you, right? Don't try to cover it, because interviewers, as we discussed beginning, that interviewers will get to know that you are not expert. আর আরো একটা জিনিস খুব ডেঞ্জার হয় আমি যখন ফেস করি, so many things they mention in the CV, but when we start talking about those, they cannot get in. So that becomes a liability for you, to be very honest. So
True.
it shows that you are not genuine.
Hmm.
Just because you copied from somewhere, or these days if you Google, the
Mhm.
brilliant CV formats are there. So you just get those and start writing. Yes, you should get those. Your CV should be nice looking and simple in format, but also wordings should not be what you are not. So these are for all, not for only things.
Right.
And focus on the competencies that mentioned in the job advertisement. So they already
Right.
mentioned in the job advertisement what skill you have. I mean, this person should have. So whatever you have, 80% you have, mention those 80%. No need to cover the balance too.
Correct.
If you have 50%, mention those 50%. So আমরা আসলে 100% পাই না, so আমরা 100% চাইও না. So but even 50% is there, balance 50% we can we can teach, right? We can give that scope.
Correct.
But be yourself, don't overwrite, don't overmarket you on the CV. That's what I want to say.
Right.
Sir,
আমাদের আসলে এখন right, I'm taking you question, Mahidul, just wait a bit on there. যেটা আমরা অনেক সময় যেটা মনে করি যে আসলে আমাকে সবকিছু জানতে হবে, আমাকে সবকিছুতে বলতে হবে yes I know, I can, I am very good, I am extremely brilliant at it. So আমার কাছে যেটা মনে হচ্ছে, please put your comments as well. So do you think so this is necessary? I think আমি যেটা মনে করি, I should say no, I don't know this. Rather, I am good at this. I should make those highlights only, which I am really good at it, so that the employer can understand my core strength point. কারণ organizations need my highest strength, not my average, not my lowest.
Right.
What do you think about it?
Absolutely. So আমি যেটা বলেছি যে be yourself and be genuine. So যদি আপনি এবং ওই যে লিডারশিপটা ওখানে চলে আসে, you should have that courage to say no. Sorry sir, I don't know that. Can you explain? Can you elaborate? Right? So people will elaborate you. So not to try to make a story and that is totally wrong statement and you judge totally wrongly. So,
okay, so right, I will take some of the questions. Mahidul, you wanted to ask some questions. Mahidul from BUP. So Mahidul, introduce yourself and ask your question, please. Thank you.
Sir, assalamu alaikum, sir. I'm Mahidul. I'm currently studying in BUP Information and Communication Engineering and also prospective regional coordinator of CKH Network. Sir, my question.
Hi, Mahidul.
Thank you, sir. Sir, my question is that, sir, we do lots of extracurricular activities during our student period. So, what to put on our CV, or to put on just on the necessary part, like regarding job part, or if the job is like a sector, but we don't have any extracurricular activities on that sector. So then, should we put our extracurricular activities on our CV to apply for that job, sir?
So for beginners, you must add those because you don't have job practical experience. So interviewer will try to relate your experience on those extracurriculars. So for example, you are a great event manager. So you can do an event management amazingly. So each year, your university, you are the leader who arrange the annual function for university, right? So you mentioned that. How many times you did, explain that. So if I'm an interviewer, I will try to relate with my job, that job skill I need with that skill, that if you can manage such a big event, right, and repeatedly, that means you have a good leadership skill, what I need for the beginner. At the same time, you have a great influencing capability, because you should be able to influence it a lot to your friends to join with you to have this event successful. So that I will relate in that way. So though that event management is not my job that I'm looking for, but I will try to relate because you are fresh, right? So I need to understand where you are expert. So you don't know which one will help interviewer to think about you. But try to understand the skill interviewer required, and if you have that indirect experience on that extracurricular, try to highlight those in the front beginning side, so that will add value on your CV.
Sir, I may interrupt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir,
okay, go ahead.
Sir, if you
briefly.
If you look for a technical job, sir, where I don't have any kind of extracurricular activities, or as I'm a fresh graduate, sir, should I put my extracurricular activities for the job purpose in my CV?
So if I understand your question correctly, if you are engineer, right?
Sir,
if I'm
the communication
wrong,
engineering, sir.
Communication engineering. You may have, you may a good singer. You are a good singer. This may be your extracurricular, or if you can explain me what is your extracurricular that you are referring to.
Sir, I'm basically doing leadership type works and social experimental type works. These are basically experimental, or actually, in addition, sir, I'm leading part of clubs and which are related to career or also technical club. In addition, I am elect president of Rotary Club of Abahoni Kunjo. So this is the summary of my extracurricular activities. But if I want to apply for a technical job, should I put this all the extracurricular experience in my CV?
Yeah, of course. Because see, technical skill and soft skill are two parts, and both equals as a performance. So it's not only the technical skill, you will not remain a technical person up to your retirement, isn't it? I'm sure it's not your career aspiration as well. So it's not, since it is a beginner's position, so you will be able to act as a leader, for example, manager for that department, or director for that department one day, the vice president of that department one day, or you may lead the country or entire region, something like that. So these extracurricular, of course, will add value on that, because you are not you will not remain technical person until your retirement. So you must have those, and you must mention them, and for any role you must mention those, because that will add value, that will remind you have some experience, because you are not working, you are a student. So
correct.
where from you get the experiences. So these will tell that you are expert.
Sir, one last question, sir.
Mahidul, I think, yeah. So just put your questions in the comments. We need to also see some of the questions there. So if we have time, we'll come back to your questions.
Sure.
So others, could you please mute your microphone? So what I want to add with this, with Mahidul's earlier point, is that, can we all switch off our microphone, please? Others, thank you. So if we can summarize and highlight, what achievements we have made, during this, club activities, having those positions. Say, for example, I have done this, maybe member recruitment, maybe serving, maybe solving problems, maybe organizing something. These are the output of, doing some of the, extracurricular activities. So people are interested to see the result that you have created out of your actions, not only all the positions. Yes, I'm this positions. Positions is only the title, right? What actually you have done. So this is one to me. What would you say, Taj Bhai, on that?
I echo with you. Absolutely, you are right. I mean, this is the summary that you, drawn. We must add those, whatever our achievement. And guys, when you are doing them, please do them in meaningful way. That's why I'm saying, when you are in a student life now, learn those competency behaviors. And when you are doing these extracurricular activities, apply those competencies there. And this is how you will practice and acquire those behavior within you. And then when you come to the job market and meet me, and definitely I will see you have that competencies. Don't wait for that.
Right.
I will learn them after I pass. No, you will be too late.
Right. So Amra aro question nibo from the Zoom's meeting room. So at this moment, I need to take one question from the Facebook, Tajbhai, that is from Sharifur Rahman Rakesh, and some others also asked some of the questions. So could you please describe a bit of coordination with others, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility? So three things he wanted to know: coordination, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility.
Coordination
So
yeah, please. Kamrul bhai, you were saying something?
No. First, you can go ahead, then I will add with you.
Okay.
So coordination, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility.
So coordination
Three
is something to coordinate, right? You need to
among the team members,
among the team members,
yeah.
interdepartment,
Interdepartment.
right? So you need to coordinate and get the job done. So you are in a process. One employee, one person is not 100% complete. So the person needs so many data, so many expertise, so many other team members are involved. So a person must have that competencies or expertise to coordinate with many people and partner with them and get the job done. So that partnering with the other person to get the job done, I understand as a coordination. So this is what one. Number two is a negotiation, right? So negotiation is something you need to win in a way. So how? So for example, you are negotiation. I personally don't believe that it's only money. Negotiation can be an idea selling. So for example, I'm sharing an idea that I'm telling to my senior or my team members or my peers. That means I'm negotiating. I'm explaining them. So one of the key expertise should be, it is reminding me that a person should have influencing capability. So if a person is a good influencer, can influence with facts, figure, examples, outcome, process, entire journey. So then that person can be a good negotiator. People will start believing what the person is saying and start buying that idea, what the person is saying. So then when the others will accept my idea, then I win that negotiation. So this is how I'm saying winning negotiation. People should have that influencing capability. Of course, subject matter expert. So whatever you are telling, you should have expertise on it so that people will believe it and that will help you to influence. And the last one is what?
Cognitive flexibility.
Right. So cognitive flexibility is very much, you need to be flexible. As I mentioned, I also kept that one competency is called that accepting change and adaptability. So you need to be flexible for any situation. You should adjust to cope up with any situation, react rather than being reactive. You should be proactive. So those competencies or techniques you should have for that flexibility. So any situation can come. You may have your plan A, but your plan B also should be ready. At the same time, plan C, sometime plan D as well. So this is called a flexibility. So when your plan A is failed, then you have plan B. You know what to do. Yes, it is not a great idea as plan A. So when you start doing plan B, that also may fail. Then you need to be that flexible to accept plan C. And of course, it is not a great idea as plan A, so that you need to adjust your mind, mentality to fix on the plan C and keep going that momentum. So that is what the flexibility, cognitive flexibility, I understand. I don't know whether I answered the question to the question you
Absolutely.
asked. Yeah.
Absolutely. So another question coming out from the Facebook is that someone is saying that I heard that at the board of interview, interviewers make decision within 30 seconds whether they are going to hire or not. What is your call on that, and how do you assess in the very first within a minute whether about the candidate's potentiality position?
I am not that expert. To be very honest, on 30 seconds, I cannot judge people. So if you ask me what I do, I can sell. But who can judge within 30 seconds? I must salute if anybody can have that expertise. What I do, my standard is 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So whoever experienced interview with me, if any of, in Facebook, anybody is there who met me before, what I do, I talk minimum 45 minutes and beyond. Sometimes 60 minutes, sometimes more than that. Because what I understand, when I interview, I have many objectives. So number one objective is I have given an assignment by the hiring manager and the company to hire the right person. So from the hiring manager given me an assignment to hire the right person for that role, and the company has given me the assignment to hire the future leader in the organization. So these two assignments are in front of me, right? So I simply cannot judge within 30 seconds, forget about it, even in a 30 minutes to select the future leader in the organization. So this is number two. And I have one personal agenda. What is my connected with my role is that I equally take an opportunity to set my employer's branding on that at the same time. So how I am spending time with candidate, how I am talking with candidates, what environment I'm creating for the candidate, and what that person will carry after the session, interview session, is my branding as well. So my company branding, and as a personally me as a branding as well. So these are 4 or 5 agenda I have in my mind when I sit as an interviewer. So it's very difficult to take decision within 30 seconds according to me. But if anybody can, definitely is a great thing, but I cannot. So at the same time, other side of the coin, I give equally opportunity to candidate to judge us whether we will be the right employer for that person. The person thought about us before coming into the interview, whether after this session, whether that candidate will select us as an employer. That also I should give the opportunity to employee. So my standard, my personal, it's not my company standard, it's my standard is 45 minutes to 60 minutes minimum I spend for any interview. Even in the 30 minutes time, even I understand the person is not fit, but I spend that quality time.
Fair enough. Another question I want to take, that is, for a qualified job, how much CGPA values in addition to our extracurricular activities? If one is not academically sound but possesses a good extracurricular experience, what's possibility for him or her to get the job? The CGPA versus extracurricular activities. Right?
Yeah, it's another tricky question. See, when you are a student, your job description or aspiration is to get a good CGPA. and that you should not be behind it. So you should continue that keep in your mind. So I would rather say eligibility rather than comparing both. So I would say the eligibility. So there is eligibility range. If you are 4 out of 4 CGPA, you are eligible for to apply. If you are 3 or 3.5 or 3.2, you are equally eligible to apply. So here, that's why I say that it's a range, that 3 to 4 all are eligible to apply. Now we assume who got the C and who got the 4, who got 3, who got 4, all have a certain level expertise on that subject matter. So top of that, now who is equally ready for those competencies I explained, the chances are high for that person to win the job. That's what I have seen in my past, because there is a eligibility. There is not good or bad. Every candidate are good. Maybe we can say right fit. So every job may not be right fit for every candidate. So everybody is good, but CGPA versus I rather say extra curriculum, I rather say competency. So focus on competency at the same time when you are focusing your CGPA as well. And both are equally important, because when you are performing, corporate houses will look both your subject matter, goal achievement, and your competencies, and together is performance. So you cannot ignore competency and just only fight for CGPA.
Correct. So that means when you are working at the organization, definitely you need to achieve the set goal, set objective of the organization, right? So, and only you can achieve if you're competent. So in each and every function, there is set of competencies. That's what Tazva is trying to, I think you're just giving the light to everybody on this. So extracurricular definitely important, because that demonstrates your abilities, your skill sets, and also your attitudes, going beyond extra mile. Not only you're focusing or limiting yourself to the curriculum only, but you are willing to go extra mile in a sense that you are exposed to the world of doing things practically. So, and working, serving. So that gives a mindset as well. When an employer gets, okay, you are not only the bookish, but you have the, kind of practical experience and expertise, on the test, on the ground. So that always gives an advantage, when they look into the CVs, and when they talk even, your impressions also get better. Somebody who doesn't have.
Right, absolutely. I have some other point to share. I think if I share that, it will be, my next point was potential. So if I share you here and a study, and I was Googling, and I learned it. Actually, I learned it a little bit more before, for me to understand the potential evaluation. And talent mapping is also one of HR's key role. So there is a survey from I'm sure all of you heard about potential as a word. So we all run behind the performance. So people say he's a good performer, she is a good performer, she did great, she performed 100%, and he performed 100%. So performance we talk a lot, but potential we talk little bit less. Now, the study I'm going to share you guys can Google and learn more about that potential, why it is important. The Leadership Council, a US Leadership Council survey says 71% high performers are not high potential. So, I mean, do you get me? 71%. 71% high performers are not high potential.
Okay.
So 71% we always run behind the high performance. So high performance are not the high potential person. But when a recruitment comes, we look for the high potential, right? When a promotion comes, we look for the high potentials. When we draw the career path, career successors, right? We look for the high potential.
True.
So survey is saying 71% of high performers are not high potential. So if we are only subject matter expert and expect we will grow, I will touch my career aspiration within my timeline, I would say, wake up. It's not the case. Your only performance cannot take you to your aspiration because potential is equally important. Now you need to learn, because it's not possible today to tell you what is potential. So you can Google it. What is potential? What is high potential? In another survey is saying, this survey is saying that every 7 high performers, you will find 1 high potential. So this is Granter, some surveyor in US. They did it. I learned it from the internet as well. So they are saying every 7 high performers, you will get 1 high potential. So it is also
so 1 out of 7.
Yes,
1 out of 7.
The 2 separate survey is giving similar type of result. So there are 71% high performers are not high potential. Here, every 7 high performers, you will find 1
only
high potential.
1.
So whether you will grow to your aspiration, you will reach to your aspiration, career aspiration, whatever you tell, if you are not potential, you are not the person that employers are going to choose you. You can go certain level, but from there you cannot go up.
Move.
Unless you have the high potential. So this is something you should focus at the same time of competencies or soft skill. And so if there is any question, then I can take, then I will go my last point.
You go ahead the last point, and then we take the questions at the beginning when you finish.
Okay. So the way you started the session, the COVID-19 situation, the way it is going, business is stuck, people are stuck, it's a big pause, what to do. So
employees also losing jobs, right? Right. Employees also losing jobs, pay cuts, so a lot of things. Businesses are shutting down.
Employers are getting lost, business are getting down. So we all, employee, we all should have a mindset, and that is what I want to focus, is a growth mindset. So this is what whoever watching, either employee or students, we all should have growth mindset among us. We should know what is growth mindset. So there are 2 types of mindset you will find. One is growth mindset. Number 2 is fixed mindset. So if this time when we are stuck, a lot of anxiety, a lot of negative information are coming to us surrounding every day, every minute. Whenever you on the Facebook, it's not that all the good news are coming, all the bad news is also coming. So it's very difficult for us to stick on us. So what can help us is growth mindset. So the mindset we should have is a growth, not the fixed one. So growth mindset I'm referring, take out the negativity. So always think positivity. Your confidence, your courage, your energy should be positive. Learn more and more. Think your aspiration. This is a great time that you can keep thinking your career aspiration, where you are. If you are a student, how to start, where to start, which industry will be my suitable industry, what discipline that I am looking for my career start. If you are already into the job, where are you now in your aspiration? Is this the way you are, you thought about before you start? Where you are stuck, if you have 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 15 years experience, where are you standing? Is this the place that you thought about before, or is it stuck? Are you on a career staller situation? How to push it further? So
Right.
without growth mindset, you cannot do that. So Google growth mindset, you will learn many things over there, and that will give you energy at this point of time. And I'm sure you will see a lot of good things that you can do from this growth mindsets mind. So your fixed mindset should take over, and this is also a practice. Without practice, it cannot be. Many things you will see. What I believe now, after this COVID-19 situation, the impossible word will go for pause for a few years. So there will be nothing called impossible. So because everything we are doing now, right, from virtually. So we don't have printer to take print. We don't have my team member that I go and talk face to face. We don't have my boss that I'm seeking appointment and physically going. Nothing. We are sitting at home. How the business is running? Yeah. So impossible will go for the pause for a few years after this COVID-19. So only the speed. I was sharing with you, Kamrul bhai, this morning afternoon, that what we thought to do after 2 years, we need to do now is after 2 months. We all
right
are
now,
not ready. Yeah, right now. So what we thought we will do after 2 years, we need to do it now. And how we will do it? Only the ready people can handle that.
True.
Only who are ready, who has this growth mindset, who has potential, who are competent on the soft skill, can do wonderful, can be successful, can stand again, and rest of them will face a lot of challenges. So
And
these
this,
are my three topics. Yeah, I thought.
Right, fantastic. So with this, I want to add COVID-19 for the students. What I believe is it's a blessing in disguise, specifically for the student. Why I'm saying it? Because for students now they have ample time. Those who are studying at university, even first year, second year, third year, or even fourth year, they'll go for masters. Even if it is fourth year, they still have a year time. So in an year time, now they got the preparation time. They got to prepare themselves. They got to reinvent themselves, and in a befitting manner. What do we mean by that? So what actually the industry outlook is going to be, the whole world, what is expecting, looking forward, because organization is going to change. The way we did the meeting earlier, going an hour and coming back an hour, and before meeting about an hour preparation, so you see, the 45 minutes meeting, we spent 3 to 4 hours
on the road.
On the road, right? And then coming back, and then mental anxiety, and then having a cup of tea, and then unload the the stress. Yeah. So this took away the half of the day. Now, absolutely, the COVID-19 teaches us this is possible online. So this is possible sharp, 9 o'clock meeting, I stand 9 o'clock and then switch on and then switch off camera, just shut down, and then feedback. This is one. And this is also, as you said, what we would have been done after 2 years, we have to do it from now, because the way banks are running, you were saying today, the banks now, without going to the bank, the employees are serving customers, and customers, without going to the bank, they're getting to have the money from the ATMs and all the internet banking, phone banking, a lot of things also happening. Yeah. What is happening also? The supply chain revolution. So So we are getting used to it. So this is actually forcing us. So for the students, what are the key messages? So don't go forward with the traditional way of the career now. You choose, you see a problem, then you find a solution, and then you fit yourself how you can prepare yourself, because it's not going to be the same of the banking industry or the RMG industry or the financial sector or any other business sector, right? It's going to be hit in any way, because the আমরা যেটাকে বলি আবাসন শিল্প অর্থাৎ ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার যেটাকে বলি 10 to 20 5 to 10,000 crores of taka dealings in each and every month. How they're going to survive if officers are now reluctant to have, if people are not going to spend those money on the real estate, right? If our labor force coming back from abroad and losing job, how they're coming and befitting with our industry? If a garments is not going to have the same order like 35 billion, let's talk about this because you are expert into this. Our annually, we used to get about $35 billion, and we had the projection by 2021, $50 billion. If we get hit into that growth, how is going to impact on our GDP? This is 35 billion and then 20 billion coming from the from the people who are coming from the labor forces and the market. Talking about $55 billion plus of revenue is getting to hit. And if people are not buying this not fundamental things, how we are going to have the money circulation? Let's talk about the outlook of the socio-economic behavior and how our student can assess themselves befitting with that.
Right. So it's actually a tough time. I mean, all the industries, all the sectors are equally getting this hit. You rightly said, the remittance, second largest, earning sources of our country. 8 million people are abroad, and they stop sending money because they are jobless. They are stuck over there. Some of them are already here in country, so we really don't know what will be that situation. Highest revenue is coming from the apparel industry. Again, you said that 35 billion USD. So that is also getting a big hit, because if factory don't run, if the order don't go, how the money will come? It is again a part of the supply chain, because if brand don't have that sale, how they will get this order back to their store, and then how it's not clearing, sales are not happening. So each and every things are interrelated, and it's not only one country or two countries are getting this hit. It's an entire globe is taking this hit. So everybody should have that positive mindset, as I mentioned, the growth mindset, and then think sensitively, and then should have that plan by this time. I'm sure all the corporate houses are already thinking how to recover, what to do, how to do. So everybody will have their own plan, and then there will be a transition time. It is not going to take a hike all of a sudden, but our people are also skilled. I mean, it's not that everything will go away after this and nothing will come back. That's not the case, because there are some sort of expertise are needed, and we are equally expert. Whoever are working in abroad as an remittance fighter, so they are also have some sort of expertise. So it's not that all the countries will stop hiring them, because it's not that only they have the coronavirus and their own country people are not having. It's not the case. So policy will be same for every countries, but some days sooner or later, each country will get a stand on their own leg, and we are expecting on that how soon we can go back to that. I was just watching an TV news before we start this, that a study is saying Bangladesh is even in a little bit better situation on the financial stability side than many other countries. So there are some worst as well. So it's not that we are the only victims. So all are victims. So everybody will have that sensible mindset on the business decision side. That's what I believe.
True. Yeah, fantastic. So that's the hope.
Yeah.
So I mean, you wanted to share one thing.
Yes.
One last slide. So let's share it, and then we'll see where we are.
Right. So
Yeah.
I don't know, all the students are here or employers
All
are
this
also here. On the Facebook, there are
on
both ways
Facebook
can
is
be
a
there.
mix.
Yeah.
On Facebook is a mix.
Right. So what I always believe for both sides, employer and employees, it is applicable for both. That what I believe that if you have better option, good is not enough. So this is what really we need to keep in our mind. So for employees, I mean, also equally think, if you have better option, good is not enough. So an employer also can think, if they have better option, good is not enough. So both side people are actually reading this. So both need to be ready. So the way employees are getting ready, the students are getting ready with the skill sets, a lot of soft skill learning portals are there. You all are also doing so many great activities. So the way people are getting ready, employers are also equally need to get ready to grab these people, to onboard these skilled people, and then retain them. Employers need to create a competitive working environment so that the potential employees can think that this is the better option, not the good option. So, I mean, the way employers are thinking, all the students, I'm telling you, you can change the words towards you as well. You can say the same, that if I have better option, good is not enough. You are not enough. So change this towards you. This is my message to you, that you should be in a situation, make yourself such a way, develop yourself such a way, so that you can say that when I have better option, good is not enough, right? So I'm sure the way you guys are learning these days, and the way Kamrul bhai, you shared 6,000 students are learning these skills. That's a wow, great exercise, and great preparations are happening. I'm sure both employer and employee will be in a competitive situation. And if this connection happens, just imagine where we will be in the world. Our people will be in the world, country will be in the world. So this is what I wanted to share. And let me try to share my screen.
Sure, please.
Just a trivia or something that I wanted to show you.
After the screen sharing, so those who want to come forward, please switch on your camera. So we want to bring you into the screen, and then you can ask some of the questions before we close.
Kamrul bhai, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Right, Roshun and a piece of slice of orange.
So this is a trivia to all the viewers. Okay. What is this? If you can write down on that 1 or 2 words, it's fine. Let's say for 30 seconds. What do you think about it?
Put your comments, right?
Comments.
Right, comments, on this. So about what do you see here? The garlic mixed with orange. Somebody's saying, Ishrat Noshin, what do you say? Ishrat, you're watching from Facebook.
What is this referring? By the way, I got this from the Facebook. It's not that I did it.
Somebody said imbalance.
Imbalance.
Somebody saying going against. Somebody saying it's okay to be different. Garlic plus orange, one unique slice in same type of slice, being unique in the main thing. I can fit where I belong. Specialty, uniqueness. So there are a lot of comments and coming, right? So
wow. Wow. So
yep.
Great. So
somebody saying blend. Yep.
Blend. Okay. Yeah. So Yes, this is I can see the growth mindset aspect, that thinking in a positive way, the blending and I mean difference. So
Merger, don't try to adjust everywhere. So these are the comments.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, great. So
Okay.
my purpose was actually to connect all of everybody's take everybody's attention and show you, because I found this very interesting. Let's see this.
Just because you fit in doesn't mean you belong there. Absolutely, yeah. That's
Right?
that's a great mindset, and that is the adjust and adaptation and flexibility for the time being.
So how you take this, up to you, but I mean get ready for that. I mean, it doesn't mean that even if I take it for as an interview candidate, or so many people take fit. I mean, in a job that not fit for that person. So this symbol is like that. It will look like this funny thing, right? If you don't have that skill set and all, and if you just by chance get there, this will look like this, and it may give a bounce back sometime.
Backfire.
Yeah, backfire for both sides, employer and employee, and it can give a different mix. So
one good comment coming from Facebook, that's why I want to read.
Yes, please.
Change in the entire side. Another saying that don't try to infiltrate in a place you don't belong. Tausif saying embrace the change. So yeah, there are different perspectives. So there are different angles to see it. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. So who can, I mean, it's your perception, what you are receiving actually. So whatever you mentioned, all are correct. I mean, the way it's a perception that how you are seeing it. So that's I found it a few months back, and I saved it in my desktop, and that remind me. I see it that all the time. That kind of for the masses I try to take for me all the days. So I that's what I have at this moment from me. If there is any question, I will be happy to answer.
Definitely.
Over to you, Kamrul bhai.
I want to invite now, all our students are on the Zoom. So if you can switch on the camera, if it allows, you come forward to the screen. Ovia Shahriar, bring them on the screen, please. And then if any one of them want to ask questions directly, questions, comments, anything, it's their time. So let them bring, let everybody come forward towards the screen. Shahriar, can you hear me?
I can see some lovely faces.
Yeah, Shahriar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So can you bring them in?
Hi, how are you? Yeah.
Okay, so just put everybody
sure.
towards the live, and then come forward. Who wants to ask question? Good.
Sir,
good to see you.
I had a question, sir. If you can give me the permission.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, Pradip.
Sir, I'm Pradip Takpal from Arsenal University of Science and Technology, currently at CKH Network as a campus ambassador. So, sir, I had a question. You mentioned that inclusion and diversity as a must-have competency of soft skill. So, actually, what is it and how we can actually achieve it? And besides, I had another question in terms of making a decision. What two things I know we must have is a good reasoning and a good judgment. So how can we actually develop these two aspects to be a good decision maker?
Okay, so these are great question, and I'll try my best to short and answer. So IND, inclusion and diversity. This is something now a timely topic. Everybody should have. So what is diversity? The diversity means something. What should I say? Not same. It's a different thing. For example,
different background, different ethnicity.
Background, yeah. For example, it can be gender diversity. It can be nationality diversity. It can be religious diversity. So now, diversity we should embrace. We should accept diversity. So this is what a big talk whole world is having now, to have a right environment, right atmosphere in the company. Also, it will help you to be bias free. So if you have diversified mindset, if you accept diversity, and I mentioned inclusion. So if you can able to include diversity, then you can be bias free person, right? So today, without diversity, you cannot. I always say this to my colleagues and my friends, that diversity gives dividend. Diversity gives a lot of dividend these days. So talents are not only in a gender. If we say only male are having talent, no, it's a equal opportunity for females as well. So females are also leading. My boss is a female, right? So I'm happy to work with her. I'm learning a lot every day, right? So that's a diversity. And for her, maybe I'm a diversified decision that she wanted to hire a male in her team, right? So this is what the diversity that you always should encourage for every decision that you make. You should not have any mindset that this person cannot work, this person cannot work, or he cannot do that, or she cannot do that. That type of mentality we can avoid if we include diversity within us. So that's what the diversity I meant. And
fantastic.
Yeah, and the other one is
fantastic.
Sir, the other question was like, I said that about decision making. We initially we need two things like reasoning and judgment to take a decision. So how can I develop these two aspects to be a good decision maker?
Practice. So practice.
Critical
so,
thinking,
yes,
questioning skills.
So practice. So I mean, you should have that as Kamrul Bhai is saying, critical thinking. So be analytical. Put all your problems or whatever the decision you are making, facts, points in front of you. Break them one by one. Assess them, and then evaluate each and every one in a independent way. So don't mix up one point to another point. Evaluate each and every point separately, and then you see where you are standing, and that time your insight will give hints that you take this decision because your facts and figure is saying this. So this is how it's a practice. The more you will practice, the more you will be perfect. And you can practice in university life as well. So
correct.
It's not
just
that
I want to
in the Kamrul Bhai.
Just I want to add, I think everybody knows Dale Carnegie, right? Dale Carnegie says,
correct,
don't accept anything and everything. If there is anything anyone is showing and giving you, ask two questions. You know, very, very critical. These two questions: what? How do you know? How do you know? So once you know, once you ask somebody, how do you know, that person will give you. So what and what next? What
correct.
next? So these questions can you know, when you ask this question, somebody trying to give you, you know the background of that. How do you know? What next? How do you know? So this gives, you know,
I mean, in one competency I mentioned, high learning agility with
right.
growth mindset, right? So what Kamrul Bhai is sharing, that asking question. So learning, asking question is a great learning agility. So the more you ask, the more you will learn. So for that, you need courage. So without courage, you cannot ask question. You will be shy. You will be, ask question, and you will see people are asking question and you are silent. So these all are interrelated actually. So the more you will try to practice, the more you will learn them. So that for the decision making, all the behaviors you mentioned, and you will learn from the Googling and all. Practice is only a solution that can help you.
Right. And the research shows, those who ask questions and difficult questions and different questions and also challenging questions, eventually they get better positions in the job. They get better responsibility. They get, they go higher on the top because of the management identifies them. Yeah, this guy has the critical thinking, and you can questions, you can challenge, that's what do you think? And that's what I have seen. And
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It comes from the curiosity, right? So think about the kids, how they learn by asking question, and they don't have any fear. They don't just give a damn whatever there is a funny question or is it a right question. They just don't think about it. They just put a question in front of you and then get the answer from you. And that's how they learn and grow. And we also did in our childhood. If you have a young kid at your home, you will see. So asking question is a great learning agility, and it comes from the curiosity that Kamrul Bhai is sharing.
Absolutely. So what is in our room, diversity and inclusion? I don't see any of our female colleagues and students here, right? What is happening, Shahriar? Where are they? Others?
There are Bunny and some others.
Okay. So who wants to ask the next question? I think we are about almost 2 hours. Tazbhai, excuse me for.
No, absolutely. I'm enjoying. Okay. If I don't know the others, whether they are not feeling bored, I'm okay.
Okay.
I have a specific question to Bhai actually.
Sure.
Yes,
go ahead.
Okay. So Bhai, as you were actually managing the whole Asia, as I know, so from that point on, what things actually you prioritize in case of management the whole human resource of a huge number? So
Asia and Africa, some part of Africa.
Yeah. So basically, I support South Asia and Africa region. So yes, it is quite a big challenge for me, because in a previous one interview with Kamrul Bhai, I was sharing diversity is only helping me in a bigger way, because diversity means cultural diversity and also the IND. These two things are really helping me, because different nationalities are having different personality, different beliefs, different thinking ability, different type of tonality they have, different type of atmosphere they have. So in a day, I have to talk in many nationalities. For example, morning, I divide my time in this way. Before lunch, I'm Asian. After lunch, I'm African. So before lunch, I'm Asian. After lunch, I'm African. So because Africa, I need to manage Kenya, human resources, and Ethiopia, Lesotho, Egypt. So they are all more or less 3 to 4 hours behind than me. Behind than us. So so I need to flexible as well. I need to shift me as well. When I'm talking with Kenyan colleagues, their asking pattern is different. Their beliefs are different. Their cultures are different. After that, immediately when I'm talking with Bangladeshi colleagues who is seeing me face to face, immediately I need to switch towards them. And after that meeting, another Egypt colleague is waiting. So when I'm talking with that colleague, I need to immediately switch there. So this diversified mindset and only is helping me this culturally, and also experience is there. I learned many things working these regions, because every day is learning, every day counts. So this is something I'm enjoying. It's a great fun. Yeah, not a boring at all.
Next big thing, what I understood, people says, the emotional intelligence, but in today's world, it is a seamless world, and this world is actually the cultural diversity and cultural intelligence. Exactly this right word, cultural intelligence, because you never know whom actually you are working with, because today is a seamless world. We are communicating, we're talking, and we're delivering actually the work, right? And it's irrespective, who is where, but it matters understanding the cultural intelligence, who has what kind of, the culture and how they behave, how they react. So this is what the next big thing, and this is right now.
Right, absolutely. And yeah, I'm enjoying and learning every day from everybody. All the questions are big. Whoever asking questions, whatever, uh, for example, whatever I don't know, I have more curiosity for that, and I don't take it shame that I don't know, because it's true that I don't know everything. So I have an opportunity to get that answer. That's why I do some research. I go to my this colleague, that colleague, or maybe Google here and there, ask my friends, and then I get that answer. That's how that also gave me a strength of learnings.
So final question, guys, from you. So Tazbhai, after iftar, kichu khaite paren na.
No, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I'm enjoying actually. I'm talking with the future leaders.
Right. Thank you, Tazbhai, for considering this and coming forward. So who wants to ask questions? Jump in and take the chance.
I have another question. Okay, no issue. Yeah, Ruxana, please.
Roxana, please come forward. Diversity and inclusion.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Roxana. My question is managing different culture. If you face any type of problem,
what are you referring that problem? If you can elaborate a little bit.
Like cultural problem. Where, different cultural people share their feelings in different way. And sometimes it's difficult to understand us.
Yeah, it is always there. For example, some colleague is sharing me from Kenya that some grievances I'm receiving from him or her. So that discussion is totally different, right? So they talk on their own aspect. They don't consider to whom the person is talking. So they are talking. They think that they are just downloading. So at that time, sometimes some nationality, you don't need to be too much emotional, right? You can be very straightforward. You can be very direct, right? And it's okay for them because they are on that culture. So I mean, you need to understand that, and it is there. Sometimes I don't understand why she's talking like that, because this is very normal thing for us, right? So initially I faced this problem. What's wrong with that? Somebody told like that, and why she is reacting? It's very okay. If somebody talks to me, it's normal. But so then I learned this is something not right towards that country. So it is totally not right, not okay talking like that of that country, and people don't talk like that. So then I need to I learned those slowly, and then I started acting accordingly, and I can understand from what circumstances the person is talking and what the person really want to achieve after talking with me, what she or he really wants from me, my side. So then I start acting on that part. But initially, yes, that problem was there. So what I didn't react immediately. I bought some time. I told that thank you so much for sharing me. Do you mind if I come back to you after a day or two? Let me understand the situation, and then if it is not too urgent. So, but if it is too urgent, I had to escalate to my boss and took him or her help to resolve that issue, and then that's how I acted. But now I know what to do and how to act culturally, even it is one after another.
Right. Fantastic. So I want to give the chance, Shahriar, to other person, right? If it's okay, because you got already asked one question. So let's give the priority to someone else. So guys and sisters, so who wants to ask the next question? So we will finish within the next 5 to 6 minutes max, right? So by 10:30. So jump into the quick questions once, please. New person.
Mehdi Hassan has raised his hand.
Okay, Mehdi, come forward. Mehdi from NITER, right?
No, it's different Mehdi, huh?
I'm from Oxford University.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, NSU. Okay, Mehdi, please come forward and ask the question.
So the question is, different people have different personality types. Like some people are introvert or extrovert, or some have both personality dimensions, like both ambivert, which is known as having both introvert or extrovert personality characteristics. What I want to know is that is personality type a core factor for determining success in the corporate world? Is that really very important, or some other factors actually play a main role here? That's what I wanted to know.
A very interesting question, and thank you so much for asking this, Mehdi. It is very important for you to know what is your personality, because that personality type has a lot of impact on your role. So if you are, a marketing person in a job, and if you are very introvert in nature, you may have that's nothing harm that you are a bit introvert. As a person, I'm very introvert, but when I talk with the colleagues, people, and I play my role, people don't feel that I'm introvert. And it didn't change overnight. I had to struggle a lot. I had to learn how to give a pause in introvert, and when I should be extrovert, push forward. So this is something practice and some techniques can teach you when you will be introvert and when you will be extrovert. But by nature, you cannot be changed totally. But you can borrow that skill for that particular moment to be extrovert if you are introvert. So it is very important. What your question is, you asked very timely. You need to know if you are introvert or extrovert, and what profession you are choosing, what is required for that. So if it is opposite, you need to know how to shift, maybe not 100%, but for timely. You can give a pause. For example, you are introvert, you need to be extrovert. So you need to give a pause, introvert, and you should act as a extrovert person so that you can get the job done. And then you come back to your introvert personality again, which is absolutely okay. But it's nothing wrong. No personality are good or bad. Like, oh my God, you are introvert, you are failed. You cannot be success in life. Totally wrong. Oh, you are too much extrovert, you talk too much, you cannot be successful in your life. It's totally wrong. Any personality has some sort of strength on it. So you need to know that strength, and you need to know when you need to apply it. And you need to know some techniques when you need to be beyond your personality, and how you can handle that situation and then come back again. So this technique you need to know. You need to switch here and there, but it is very important. It has a big impact on your profession, on your success.
Absolutely. So it says like, I am adding the one last comment, that is, it's a both party responsible. Once you know your type, you need to choose according to your strength as well. So that's what DISC also identified, DISC, right? It identifies your personality type. And based on each personality type, there are certain professions you are fit, you're good at, because you have this strength. And there are certain areas that you are not good at. So certain profession requires those. At the same time, organization also need to see where they can put the best talents into the position, and how they can gel together in a team. So it's a both way. If you find that you are not actually able to use your strength, go back to your line manager and ask him and tell him, so boss, this is what I think. This is where I have the specialization and ability. So I'm not suited for this work. Maybe I can better perform this. I can give you more output. Ultimately, is the organization will be going to get the benefit out of the resources. There is a both way is the responsible, right? Mix and match. So there is nothing wrong, there is nothing right. Being introvert or extrovert.
Yeah, it's a mixed things. But one thing I'm not referring to when I was saying be yourself or be genuine, and when I'm saying you need to be extrovert sometime when you are introvert in your nature, that doesn't, I'm not referring you make some tricks or make something. It's a technique that you push yourself to ask question, get more clarity, give a presentation, stand in front of public, talk, give them the answers of the questions. So these I'm telling that you need to learn. So I'm not telling be an actor. I'm not telling that, because that will not give you success. But a permanent practice will give you some sort of strength that can help you to be extrovert some sort of time. Changing my statement that be genuine. You are introvert, people will know, but you are people at the same time will know that you are a good presenter too. You can stand in front of people and give the answers, give a great presentation as well. So these techniques you need to learn.
Yeah. Excellent. So I think one last question. I think Taj bhai ka aro ekdin ante hobe. So
I'm happy to be there. I'm enjoying basically.
Right, definitely. Amra Taj bhai ke definitely aro anbo. Kono সমস্যা নেই. So one last question and then guys, let's wrap it up. So Taj bhai is with us. He's very passionate, very supportive, and very kind-hearted, as you see. So ওনার পক্ষ থেকে কোনো না নাই. So but still আমাদেরকে এক সময় থামতে হবে একটা জায়গায়, 10:30 বেজে গেছে. So if anyone wants to ask questions, otherwise we would do another session definitely. I want to thank you. So definitely we need more sessions with Taj sir. Already we got a question. We got this, right? Taj bhai, Jonodabi.
Yes, please.
It's a nice and knowledgeable session. Really appreciate it. এবং বলছে we need it, right? One more. So we'll have Taj bhai more time, no issues. So আমি সবাইকে I want to thank everybody really for this wonderful two-way communication, interactive sessions. মনে হয় আমাদের সবাই immensely we got the benefit out of it. আমরা অনেক কিছু বুঝতে পেরেছি যে আসলে what is cultural diversification and why it is important today, and why we need to ask questions, why we got to be very critical, what is the competencies framework, and why soft skill is needed, why value is needed today. So these are my takeaway. I'm sure you guys has more takeaways, because I was really watching and learning and absorbing all those. Before we close, from our student community, I want somebody to come up and thank Mahmudul Haque Taj bhai. So who wants to come forward and say a few words and gratitude to our guest today? সামনে কি আসতে চায়, কে কথা বলতে চায়, and just convey your thanks.
Nation leaders who want to be the first, who want to get the first mover advantage. Yeah.
Hello, sir. I want to speak some words of gratitude to Taj sir. It was really an amazing session. To be honest, we got a total insight about the competency and the behavioral attitude of soft skill. Actually, we couldn't think it that way. We always thought about having the competency, but also adapting that attitude, that behavior is also a 50% more important thing to be in that dream place we all dream of. So thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Shartaz, Mahmoud, Shartaz, you're watching, observing silently from Buet.
Sir, I would like to add something.
Okay, Ifat, please go ahead. From Kuwait. Ifat from Kuwait. Okay,
Yes,
Ifat.
I think, sir, the part which I loved the most was the part where you
sound.
Sir, the part where you gave us some proper instructions about our CV. I think that was a very important thing, because most of us actually are very confused about how to make a proper CV, and it costs a lot of students and a lot of graduates at the end of the day when they try and apply for a job. I think this is something we really need to get straight about how to make our CVs correctly and accurately, because this is the first thing that we need to actually go and sit for an interview. So I think I thank you, sir, for the extensive informations that you gave us about how to make a proper CV, and also the whole session was very interactive and also very informative. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So from Kuwait to Buet, Sartaj.
I'm sorry, I have missed first half of this session. I was in Arabi Nawaz. So I have listened you carefully, and this was truly amazing. One thing I want to add with you that Almighty have created us with diversity, and this is one of His niyamat. We can't match our fingerprints with one another. Allah has created a diversity, but He has ordered to live together and to communicate and work together in this world. So I have listened your speech very carefully, and it was totally amazing. And we have to keep in mind that diversity is a niyamat, and but আমরা বলি না বৈষম্য, এই বৈষম্যটা আসলে আমাদের করা যাবে না, যে আসলে তুমি খাটো, তুমি লম্বা, তুমি কালো, তুমি সাদা, এই জিনিসটা আসলে আমাদের করা ঠিক না। বাট ডাইভার্সিটি ইজ অলওয়েজ আ গুড থিং।
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sartaj. I'm taking it from you as well. Yes, I totally echo with you.
Shahriar, thanks from, give the thanks from the house, as you are the youth affairs coordinator.
Okay.
So on behalf of the students community, so convey your thanks to our guests and gratitude.
For sure. It's actually a heavenly pleasure for me to be a part of this CKH network and host this session as well. So thank you so much, Bhaiya, for adding value to our students community. Most important thing, what I actually loved is we actually miss in the session, or in case of recruitment, what we actually see that we actually prioritize performance sometimes, but we actually forget the attitudes and behavioral part, which is most important to sustain in an organization and to adapt in an organization. And again, it's not end. I strongly believe, because already Bhaiya has mentioned that we need more sessions from you. So I think I'm very, very, very happy from my community, from our community. And thank you so much, Bhaiya. We're looking forward to having more sessions from you.
Okay, Tazbhai, so what do you want to say? Like, definitely we are grateful, or we express our gratitude, and we are thankful to you. But what do you see among the students, their expectations, the learning, understanding, agility, the questions, comments? So your views, please.
I am personally amazed to see all the questions and engagement of everybody, and listening this type of boring topics last 2 hours, even after iftar. I can see the country is growing. I can see that we can be international. We can be global. I can see a lot of you will replace many expatriates who are working in this country and helping us at this moment. So I can see a lot of hope. My salute to all of you, that the time you are spending other than watching movies or gossiping with friends, of course they are needed, but you are not wasting your time also when you are getting this type of opportunity and connecting there. I love that energy, that even you managed your Tarabi, at the same time you all joined afterwards. You could have lost. I can see many things are happening. Positivity are here. I'm amazed. I really enjoyed in entire session. I learned many things from all of you, and definitely I want to be part of it. If any of you get a single word benefit from this session, I'll be delighted. That's what my all objective of it. So if you, whenever you call, I'll be there.
Thank you. So that's the সবচেয়ে বড় পাওয়া যেটা আসলে আমরা যেটা expect করি from the seniors, from the leaders of the nation. That's why we're very happy to know they are actually going through a rigorous training. You know, they're going through the TOTs. They're going through 7 days of the week. We have the, you know, all the sessions we organize, keeping in mind learning is the first objective. We do not invite any guest, you know, to display and to show. I mean, or like the celebrities, or we like our guest selection is only based on the knowledge, information, what is going to help our student community, and we're grateful to you as well. And every day, 7 days a week, we bring guests based on that. Last 2 days from USA, tomorrow coming from South Africa and Ireland from Key Leadership Institute. So
great.
you know, yesterday was another day, so from USA as well. So this way we are actually bringing the guest. So we'll keep bringing, we'll keep knocking you. And until then, I want to thank all of you for your time, for your effort, for your energy, your passion, your questions, commitments, and everything is fantabulous. And of course, the last but not the least, the Facebook audience, you know, quality matters. You know, we want to build from the scratch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we want to go to the millions. And we are not afraid of, you know, being the small numbers, but small is beautiful, because if the beautiful is a fundamental, that's what we want to build. And we're looking forward to create the change into the nation by embarking the change in millions of students within the next 5 years. That's our commitment. Within the next 5 years, 1 million students would go through this learning and development journey to transform themselves. And we believe if individually our university students transform, our nation would transform. It not should, it would. Everybody says should. I say it would transform in this way. And we're looking forward to all of you. And I'm really grateful and humble for each and every individual who are spending their time now and would be spending in future too. Thank you. A very warm good night and Ramadan Mubarak. May Almighty
thank you so much, everybody. Take
Thank
care.
you, Tazwai. Gratitude
thank
to
you so much.
We'll talk
thank
to you.
you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz,
Hafiz.
everybody. Take care. Good Hafiz.
Yeah.
Bye.
Just last, Bhaiya, I on behalf of CKH Network, I just request everyone to switch on your video so that we can capture this amazing moment with Bhaiya.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Come here.
Take selfie.
Okay.
Everyone, please switch on your video. Everyone, please switch on your video. Yeah.
Okay, take the video.
That's a great idea.
Okay, everyone is requested as soon as possible to switch on your video. Okay, আমরা সবাই একটা thumbs up দেই যেন হচ্ছে আমরা এই মোমেন্টটা হচ্ছে এনজয় করতে পারি। Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone, please. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so
Lovely.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay
Please
home.
hydrate yourself, everybody. Have more water, drinks, juice, everything. And Facebook audience, right? Everybody just
Okay,
hydration
thanks,
is a
everybody.
must. Thank
Yes.
you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Allah
Bye.
Hafiz.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
See you soon again, man. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye bye. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.